13th year. It's crazy to even think back to the beginning, how we had to scramble to get people in the last few years since COVID. It's been just an amazing turnout for people wanting to be a part of it.
Starting off the year with tryouts and everything, it was good to have a lot of freshmen come out and be able to experience tryouts and everything. And then with practicing going on so far this year, I've really molded well into the team and how they interact with everybody on the team that's already been on here for some of us who have been here for a while.
We're expecting about 1,000 players at Nationals this year. So seeing our numbers reflect that growth too is really empowering, especially on the women's side. We love having new girls this season, teaching them how to play in general and how to play on a competitive level.
Coach Bowman does a great job when it comes to making sure that we're practicing and putting the work in, and that hard work and that work ethic has really helped us, especially D1, D2, D3, and the women's level, to stay at the top when it comes to the rankings wise.
Our goals are always in front of us, and we have just that ideal of where we want to be. We have a game plan leading into tournaments that we're going to be playing in the fall. We've got one that we're going up to Pennsylvania, going to be playing there, and really just see what we can do and develop as a team early on in the year.
Having that understanding that everything we do is for the glory of God, so we want to do it in excellence. Thankfully, we have that skill and those talents that God blesses us with so that we can perform well. But at the end of the day, there is that ultimate mission of just reaching people. And thankfully we get to do it at a high level.
When I first joined the team 4 years ago, it was something that that the guys that started back then really kept going, and that some of us that are been around for 3-4 years now have been really bought into the program and really see that it reaps the benefits of the players that come through it and also the coaches that help us. And it's just something that is really awesome to have a program that's able to do something quite like that.
The Mid-Atlantic Series event was really awesome. It was on a very tough course. Disc golf, typically we get the crazy weather of the situations. To talk to the tournament directors and say, we've never had wind like this before at any tournament we've ever had, and we were having 25 to 35 mile an hour steady winds with bigger gusts than that. So to try and throw a disc in that kind of condition was just unbearable, and really just had to really focus on what we were going to do and recirculate what kind of disc we were throwing to navigate those heavy winds.
Our D1 team missed it by 1 place for their bid for Nationals, but our D2 team has their bid for Nationals, which is awesome. And our women's team did end up taking home the first place win, which was super exciting. And it wasn't easy, and we fought for it. And it was just a reminder of just the level of competition that we're going to be coming into at Nationals and at some of the qualifiers coming up in this spring.
The fall is just really about figuring out what we're exactly maybe doing wrong or what we need to work on more. So being able to iron out those kinks and be able to see what we can carry into the spring and kind of focus on Nationals in the spring and some of our other qualifier events like Flamethrower to be able to do well at those tournaments and get all those wins in.
Looking forward to the spring. We've got a lot of big tournaments, hosting obviously our big tournament here on the Worlds platform courses here in town, and then Worlds is going to be at the beginning of next year, so the team's super excited. So moving forward into that, I think their anticipation is great, but Nationals in a new location this year. We're not going to be in North Carolina like we've been the last 3 years. So it's a lot of change, a lot of prep, trying to get to play some of those courses where they're going to be is really our advantage of why we do what we do so well. We're prepared, we're organized, we're ready to go, and so that just helps the team get bought into when they see the courses and get to play and start practicing courses here that mimic that kind of level of play.
We're going to continue to put in that hard work in the practice, continue doing lots of throwing drills, lots of putting, make sure things are sharp for that last event of the year. Hopefully go out and have another great performance just like our first event.